Okay, it's Scott and Rita. We're doing a cosmic dialogue. Probably about, I have something about circular soul. Now that Rita's in a new role, starting her own business. Well, not starting a business, she's taking over a business, painting business, and how nice that there was like things weren't like in full swing with circular soul that she could step into that. But
Yeah.
so I'm gonna just do a cosmic dialogue of like the next year of what that looks like while she's in transition, while Rita's in transition, while there's a lot for her going on, and what circular soul is gonna do. So, how's that?
Yeah, that's
All right.
good.
So it's been a year, and early on when Rita started working with Steve's business, since she pretty much inherited this in a way and stepped into a role, she's been juggling quite a lot, and so she has a lot on her plate. And it was kind of like nice that it shifted this way because she wasn't getting a ton of readings, she wasn't getting a ton of things that like she had to put her stamp of approval on. And so a year ago we lost that social media guy too. And so what I've been doing, I've been kind of stepping into a lot of fun stuff. Just for the last year we've been focusing on products that could be made and created, that Rita didn't necessarily have too much of a stamp to like do right away, or to like take her mind off other stuff. But we have all these circles. We had a book. I wrote a book. We have the printful T-shirts, and so little by little over the last year, I've helped to accumulate. And now it's getting close to Christmas 2020. And so now there's a whole catalog of things coming up for folks to just, people have been sort of expressing an interest in like just gifts, circle prints, circle cards, circle sayings, postcards, shirts for kids, shirts for themselves, the Rita's I Am the Storm. So, and it got me back into stepping into like really creating products again, and having those ready. And so having those ready is making it so that Rita doesn't have to necessarily spend hours and hours and hours creating new circles for people right now, or doing readings, or doing forecasts for like 10 or 12 clients like maybe she will in the future. But so right now we're still building the also in the midst of working on a licensing agreement with plates and dishes and clothing line, to see if the existing circles can like make their way into some licensed products, for either games or book covers or children's clothing. So that's
This must be the thing because you keep freezing. This licensing agreement.
what?
The licensing agreement must be the thing because you keep freezing since you were talking about it.
Oh,
There.
Yeah, so that must be true.
Mm-hmm.
Anything you want to add to that, supercharge or say?
Well, the feeling of preparing, just planning for when the business is really in full swing, that was, it seems small, but it's a big distinction between trying to get the business going, trying to get clients, and just stepping into that. We're planning for when the clients come, when the customers come, when we're ready, when we've built the foundation, And that's what we're doing. And so there's no failing at that. And so in this past year, now it feels like we can just step into it whenever we want. And you have the cushion that you've been looking to create. I have the cushion I was looking to create. And so there's way more feeling of freedom than there was a year ago. And just the experience of that has changed our understanding of how it will go from here. Changed our expectations and feelings of, well, how are we going to do this? Those have just kind of dissolved away as we just are preparing. And then the world has changed, so things look different. No matter what we would have been doing, the world looks different. So, and then all of the products that you've got ready to go, because they're all right there, it's starting to look like a company that's been running for a while. So when people take a look at our products, they just assume this has been going on for 5 years or more. And so it feels to them also like they can just step in and choose what they want from us, with us. And just the two of us having the space to just let it grow and evolve, not trying to build a client base or get people to notice. It's almost like the company, Circular Soul, felt loved in the process, in addition to us, we feeling the love.
It feels like a more unconditional kind of process.
Mm-hmm.
Like you love, and you've said this before in a forecast, you love this baby enough that you just send it love. It is for itself. It is not. It's not on a condition of how many clients you get. It's not on a condition of how much money you make. It's not on a condition of, well, we have this many followers on all of our social media.
Yes. I'll change your diaper, but you have to learn to walk by this date.
No, it's completely different. And, and the fact that both of us have our cushions, it's we don't feel the desperation that we see other people starting companies and businesses and ventures feeling.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really, really cool. And I'm in a different world. Like, I know a lot of creative folks just in other places that I find myself in, and it's like, I'm just floating along on this river in a really happy little canoe.
Mm-hmm.
And it's pleasant, and it's not, well, if we don't get this and we don't get this, then I'm going to try this, and maybe we need a new website, or maybe we need that. It's never anything frantic like that. We'll adjust things, we'll change, we'll create something new, but it's always just an experiment. It's always just learning, experiment, and authenticity. And does it serve love and truth? And if it does, we keep it.
Mm-hmm.
We let the baby grow.
Yeah.
It's not about how does that black hole of consumption judge a product, or how does it judge a business, or how does it judge performance
Mm-hmm.
or success.
Right.
So it's in many ways, this is a really great journey. Actually like learning about the autistic spectrum as well. We've both taken time over the last year to learn about more of people on the spectrum and all of those things too, and realizing that their processes needs to mirror our process, like this real lifelong adjustment and period of, just living in the world, and not just them having to adapt and change, but those people and those loved ones all around them learning to change and adapt and see things as a gift as they are, rather than something to be controlled and fixed. So we don't have to fix our business. It grows and evolves, and it circles come up, they do their work, they inspire, they sometimes things that are unexpected happen in relation to that.
Yeah, we've both really started to trust the work the circles are doing and giving ourselves a break, because we're just not as effective.
No. Yeah. If it's a circle poster, if it's a corporate, I dabbled with things, and every once in a while things kind of like, I dabbled with corporate posters of, love for the circle. And that was learning for us. Whether we sold a few or not, it was learning, and it was, no judgment on that. So, and part of it is like me having a lot of fun creating these. I'm in a zone, and it's just part of it. The circles are affecting me and how I use my time and how I, caretake this side of the business to actually make it look really professional and really like it's been running itself forever. And the circles are timeless, so they have been. That's the feeling I want to put across.
Yeah.
So regardless of our earthbound crazy dramas of success or benchmarks or timelines.
And we really started to notice about a year ago how the circles and how the circles have affected each of us, that unethical anything just can't stand. So it just shows up right away. If it's unethical, it just shows up and it gets cleared out. So it's like a huge load off. We don't have to go through the confrontation, or it just it's done. Yeah.
I wish the circles didn't have this work to do constantly, it seems like.
Yeah.
But they do. But it's easy. But it's a feeling of ease.
Right. Well, it's almost a feeling like talk to the boss. I see what you're doing. Go talk to which would be a circle.
Yeah.
Because they're already in on it.
Yeah, they see you already.
Mm-hmm.
And God sees you already.
Yeah.
Fully.
God saw your intention before you took the action.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So it's there isn't a struggle, which I am happy for. I've learned so much, and it also took me shedding my whole last business, just shedding and shattering and shredding it away.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
So, and then I never thought that like shedding my whole last business would bring me so much joy.
Yeah, me either. Holy moly.
And then it just makes room for these really creative, artistic, time-traveling, dreaming, cosmic fixing things to just flourish.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I get paid by being able to affect the dream space. That's my currency.
Mm-hmm.
Every time I do more things for the circles, it's like, okay, another step forward for you. Thank you. It's a gratitude kind of dance that I feel like I'm doing. I'm more grateful to them. They're more grateful for the exposure, and that we get paid. Both of us get paid in certain other currencies that are not of this realm, but are
Mm-hmm.
so important. So,
Yeah. Yeah. That's something that really became apparent when I stepped into running a commercial painting business. It's very in this world concrete. It's a service. People need it. And then there's the circles. But I having those two seeming contrasts really made it obvious how this metaphysical, this divine affects those concrete things that people actually feel is valid. That in the grander society, this is a real thing to get your house painted. But to order a circle, there's a large population that thinks that's not valid. And now I'm seeing how the divine affects that concrete, um, socially validated part, to where I do not operate the way any other painting contractor does. And it's easy. I hear people talk about the headaches, and I just no, I don't have those.
yeah, headaches have been dissolved.
Mm-hmm. And what a gift to know when to just back out, and let it get resolved, and we just trust that now. We know it's going to be taken care of.
And whenever we fall into moments of a little bit of distrust, we get a little correction and we see the effects, and we're like, why did we ever get into that little bit of drama?
Right.
It's like the circles and God and the universe saying, "You're welcome.
Mm-hmm.
See what this is all about." And yeah, I've been asked to like talk to artists and groups. I haven't really done it. That people have asked me, have you ever thought of like doing that, for just talking about your experience to other artists and creators? And like, oh, I've thought about it, but I haven't really quite decided to even do it.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that people are observing, I think, is better than me talking about it, or being paid money to go and talk to a bunch of artists for them to ooh and ah for a moment, and then go and do their same thing over again. So
Right.
yeah, it's not the way it works anymore.
Mm-hmm. But
People,
we are starting to get inquiries that feel sincere,
yeah,
and we're toying with the idea of just working with them one on one, and let them be examples too, if they really want to know.
yeah. There's still a little resistance. People step up and they want this, and then basically, it's a call. The circles are calling them to be servants. We know this right away.
Mm-hmm.
People come up and like they're interested and they want to help us, or they want to do a program, or they want to do this, and basically we know immediately almost if it's going to work, or if this is just, oh, you're being called as a servant and you aren't really recognizing that yet.
Mm-hmm.
So that's, knowing that is a lot different than saying we're getting a client.
Yeah.
We know there's a servant in waiting.
Mm-hmm.
There's a servant developing. And that's exciting. I want to build more servants.
Yeah. There's another, put that in a business plan moment.
Yeah. And And imagine like that world where all of the servants of the circles are active.
Mhm.
That's what we plan for. That's the kind of effect that we're realizing that we really want. So.
Yeah. We've also gotten used to that place where they hit their resistance wall, and there's usually it's anger in some way, anger or blame or something like that. We've recognized that as, oh, so you really want to be a servant.
Yeah.
So we don't get caught up in the back and forth of correcting them. We just let the circles do it.
Yeah. They're caught in their bargain between both worlds, and
Mm-hmm.
I would be crazy if I did this, or oh, I've got this to deal with, or oh no. So they're like bargaining between this physical reality and the broader reality.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we realize that it looks like grief to other people, but we just realize that's what it looks like when people start stepping on the edge of the broader reality.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we don't get worked up by it.
No. And all the changes in the world that are happening right now are all a part of it. It is just this earth turning. It is, and many people are so resistant, but it is like a turning of the earth, turning of all of these systems.
And we realized a year ago that, frankly, anything we would have put together before now, any success from the old way would have just had to be dismantled anyway. So to just be patient and let it form as the new world forms was really the most efficient way to go about it.
Right. Yeah. We're going to be really busy when that new world is here. We're already
in a fun way.
In a fun way, but we're going to be busy.
Mm-hmm.
So doing things we never thought we would be doing, probably.
Right. Well, we've been doing that for a while now.
It's like we throw the cards in the air, and just
Mm-hmm.
what we expect to come down is not coming down, and it's just, this is what we do. So
Yeah.
it's just, we feel like we're ready for that time. Most people are not.
Mm-hmm.
We're ready because we live it.
Yeah.
How you got your business. It's how I stumbled into what I do. We had to dismantle all of that.
Mm-hmm. We had to just agree
And agree.
Agree with whatever comes.
Decide to follow.
Mm-hmm. Accept.
Yeah.
Allow. Receive.
Keep loving it.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing what we both received in the last year.
Yeah.
I can't even list things.
No. Certainly couldn't have designed it.
No. And yeah, put that in a business plan.
Mm-hmm. Just receive.
We've been seeing that for years. It still rings true. So, well, I'm pretty happy with where we are.
Yeah.
And that usually means something else is going to happen. Once I'm really happy with where I am, that usually means there's going to be a little twist and a turn, and I'll have to learn and new things to experience. So.
Right.
So
I better. Ready.
Well, that sounds like a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm. It has been.
Very much so. Excellent.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.